Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Brad Mower.
And this is IFXtra. So, we hope you've had a good week. We've had a busy week and the nights are getting darker, aren't they?
They are.
Earlier, yeah. In fact, tomorrow, or is it tonight, the actual clocks go back.
I think technically it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, so that is tomorrow in the morning, yeah. So yeah, the time will be all weird then.
Time is always weird at the moment, obviously.
At the moment, for you, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we probably just need to talk about this quickly.
Okay.
So yeah, we do streams. We do like quiz streams and things like this. And to keep things simple, we say they're always at 7 p.m. UK time.
Indeed.
And, you know, you can just look up, you know, Bing, Google, whatever. When is 7 p.m. UK time in whatever your time zone is?
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's nice and easy. And then the clocks go back or forwards. And the problem is not everyone's clocks go back and forwards at the same time.
No.
So we're in the UK, so we're about to do that. So ours are going to go back.
Yeah.
Right. So we do the quiz at 7 p.m. UK.
Yeah. But that will become
But then,
6.
right, we're going to put our clocks back. So it'll take us an hour longer for it to be 7.
Okay.
So if your clocks haven't gone back, the quiz
might be an hour later.
Will appear to be an hour later.
Okay.
Until your clocks do go back, and then everything gets back to normal. But anyway,
check it out.
Yeah, the easy things to do. Get on your search engine. What time is 7 p.m. UK? It'll tell you. Or if you're on our Discord, playinterference.com/Discord, we let you know on there. Or if you're looking at the front page of Interference and you see one of the adverts for one of the streams, you know, like say Zeitgeist with the two of us doing the quiz, it'll say something like, you know, starts in 1 hour 23 minutes or whatever at the top. Those are automatically calculated when you load the page, so they're correct. Okay. So just go off whatever that says.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. So what have you been up to this week?
App. Yes,
lots of apps.
I've actually been settling down and getting a bit of app done. Been working on the Android version, although this is going to be all cross-platform, so it's going to appear on iPhone, iPad, all of that as well. Finally, 10 years later. So yeah, I've been doing all kinds of interesting UI stuff. So I changed how the navigation worked and looked, and you quite like that, didn't you?
I did.
And then cool. I've decided it didn't really work, so I've taken all that back out again. And I made some other changes now, which I haven't shown you yet, but I'll show you after this.
All right.
But yeah, it is progressing. Yes, I'm indecisive at the moment, because I always am when it comes to interface design, because it's not really my strong point. But yeah, it's coming along. It will be done soon. Yeah. And then after it's done, we can get on to some of the other bits of things we want to do. We know we've had some requests and suggestions for
interference itself,
things in interference, and I've been putting it all off until this is done because I need to concentrate on it. But we're getting there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now we're going to see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Otomo Rentaro for, just a normal day. And I think this pretty much sums up 2020. We wouldn't be surprised if aliens and giant spiders arrived. Well done, Otomo.
My favourite description this week was Christmas elf passed out, other elves have decorated him, by Dwayne2099. Yeah, I think you're right there. Looks like they were partying hard after Christmas Day when all the work was done. Nice work, Dwayne2099.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Heraclium for Lionel Richie and Adele saying hello to each other. They both had hits with that song, different songs obviously, but they're brilliant portraits. So good. Well done, Heraclium. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always.
Okay, now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I was asking what was the first video game you ever played. For me, my dad bought a copy of Pong and put it on our television for me and my brothers to play. It was amazing. We could actually control the telly with a little handset thing.
Games have done some revolutionary stuff, really, haven't they? And I know Pong doesn't sound very fancy these days, but the idea of you turn a paddle and something moved on the screen. I mean, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah, we loved it.
Yeah, and it keeps games keep pushing stuff forward these days.
What was your first game?
I didn't have consoles when I was growing up. I had a computer. My dad got me an Atari 800 XL because he was like, "Yeah, computers are going to be big. You need to get into this."
You did.
Yeah. And now look what happened. So Yeah, I played some games on that, on tape, because tape was a
I
thing.
know. Took forever to load those, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a long time. But yeah, I mean, two that come to mind immediately. Henry's house, where you were like this kid who'd been shrunk,
Yeah.
and you had to like get up to the attic to get to a magic thing to get back to normal, and you had to go through the whole house. So like some of the levels, like I don't know, like a wardrobe, and there were these giant boots which you had to avoid and stuff. It's very cool. Really hard though.
Really hard, wasn't it?
Only
Yeah.
finished it a few times. And yeah, Chucky Egg. Lots of people remember Chucky Egg. It was awesome.
Yeah. I remember Lemmings. Brothers always played Lemmings.
Now, you see, Lemmings, right? Interesting anecdote.
Yeah.
DMA Design, who did Lemmings, then went on to do Grand Theft Auto.
No way.
Yeah.
They turned
Rockstar.
into Rockstar,
Yeah.
really? Oh,
They
wow.
were originally DMA Design.
Wow, I didn't know that. Lemmings.
Bit of a change, really.
Bit
isn't it?
different, isn't it, from
Yeah,
GTA? Yeah. Cool. Anyway, Robin Kitten said she thinks it had to be Super Mario Brothers and other NES games. My dad liked games too. I remember him being obsessed with Contra. He played as a co-op with me for a minute and then carried on with single player. Yeah, you know Contra, don't you?
I know of it. I've never played it. Yeah, I mean, you probably know of it. In that that's where the Konami code came from, I think. And when I did the Last Slice, in fact, we still have the box back here, which was like a programming competition that Microsoft did. That was part of the final challenge, was sort of Contra related with the Konami code, and when we found that secret bit in the box, and it talked about Mad Dog and Scorpion. They were out of Contra, I think.
Okay, cool.
That's a whole other story. I'll tell that on Discord if people are interested. Heraclium said, yeah, afraid it was Pong for me too. All Space Invaders at the bar.
Yeah.
It was fun how later kids mainly had to pick one side, Commodore 64 or Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Yeah, I mean, games have sort of been, it's been a little bit kind of holy wars, really, hasn't it? You know, Sega versus Nintendo, Commodore 64 and the Spectrum, Atari and Amiga.
Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, true. I mean, it still goes on now, really, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, two tribes.
It can be a bit tribal because we never learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, nostalgia suggestion, says Heraclium. If you're too lazy, like me, to install actual emulators for older machines on your PC, I strongly suggest archive.org. They not only have the Wayback Machine for websites, which is very cool, they also have a huge archive of old games to immediately play in the page itself. No need to download or install stuff. Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, Atari, MAME, etc.
Cool. You should go and play Henry's house again.
I should, and see how
hard it actually was.
how difficult it would be, because old games were hard, and it probably looks really dated, and I'll be like, wow, I would literally spend hours on that.
Staring at that,
yeah. It's weird how things move on.
Moo Milk said she liked Age of Empires, The Rise of Rome. It had an amazing soundtrack, and she had so much fun deciding where to put her buildings so that the town could be pretty.
Now, I've never played Age of Empires, but I know that it has like a massive following.
It was a big thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, really big. I think did Microsoft re-release Age of Empires 2 recently-ish in the last few years, and everyone went mad for it.
Oh, okay, then. Still a copy of them. Cool. Okay, now we're going to have a look at what we'll be talking about next week on the forums. While we're all going out less, are there any old hobbies or pastimes you've rediscovered recently? We've really got back into jigsaws. Having not done any for years, we've got a growing pile in the lounge and the local neighbours now have a swapping scheme. Our favourite so far is a Sherlock Holmes themed one with places and people in it from the stories. The Marvel one was fun too.
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list. Cool.
Now don't forget, tomorrow night is Zeitgeist night. It's a quiz with 5 different rounds, 5 different topics.
Yep, if you haven't seen this before, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time, check for that in your local time zone, we run Zeitgeist, the Interference Quiz of the Week, over on twitch.tv/interference. It's a live interactive general knowledge quiz where you can play along against the rest of the audience. As Bunnery says, each round is based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. She writes the questions, picks the topics. No one sees any of this ahead of time, not even me. I just rock up and see what happens, play along with the rest of you. But yeah, you could tell us the featured artist this week.
Okay, this week I've chosen drawings from Heraclium, Epic Eyebrows, Error 404, Sue Downey and Dragon Wings.
Okay, nice variety there.
Yeah.
When Error 404's drawing comes up on the night,
That's gonna
do
panic
we
you.
think I will have a panic
Every
and
time.
think that something's broken?
Yep.
Because that happens
It
every
does.
time. Okay, so what we do is, as we're asking questions, you can vote on what you think the right answer is. We give you points. If you're right, then add them all up at the end of the quiz.
Guess who won last week?
Go on, tell me.
Darth won last week with 236. Pretty high score. Callum was second with 229, and Goose was third with 211.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Top three all over 200 then. Nice.
There's no Thursday quiz, but next week we're back on Thursdays, aren't we?
Yes, so we've got a Sunday quiz on the 25th, 5 rounds, 5 questions each. And then we are back with the Zeitgeist 20 on Thursday. That'll be the 29th, with 20 questions on one topic.
Yeah, it's going to be Halloween.
Okay,
By popular demand.
So we did have a few requests for that, didn't we? So slightly early, but it still counts. It's all good. So if you'd like to join us for 20 questions on Halloween, we'll be on twitch.tv/interference from 7 p.m. UK time on Thursday.
Cool. That's all the news for now. So just goes to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building in new features, working on the app, building out the quiz, looking after cats, paying server bills and things. We really appreciate your support. And patrons get supporter-stated interference, so they get access to replays, the fancier invite system, and if they're quiz players, also get a custom entrance shout-out from Ava when they join in.
Cool. Okay, that's it for now. So we'll see you again next week.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.